today to talk about our update. I'm just going to let you all know what we're going to talk about in the beginning. We're going to talk a little bit about Quick Wits and our upcoming comedy series, the new website we're building, along with the newsletter distribution we're going to start. Some differences in how our podcast is being distributed in more places you can find it, our open mic, as well as an upcoming video with B. Balm Fields. So if you're interested in those things, stay tuned. But I think first, I'm going to kick it over to Zach to just tell us a little bit about what Quick Wits is about and what you've been working on with the first video in the upcoming comedy show.
Heck yeah. So Quick Wits is a collaboration between Triple Falls and Mankato Comedy Coalition. Me and Dan noticed that there was an absence of a good place to get quality videos of about 10 to 25 minute set. And so we figured that we would be the perfect people to do so. So Quick Wits is going to be a monthly live showcase. The next one coming up on April 7th. And where we will have a local or two on, as well as some out-of-town comics on. And their sets will be recorded live and then posted online as part of our new Quick Wits series. I've been working on these videos and just like the vision of the overall thing with my team and with Dan for a while now, since our first showcase that sold out back in January now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been really awesome to work on that project from the ground up. And now we got logos and theme songs and just some great sets from some of our favorite locals. First one will be coming out very soon. And then eventually we'll be releasing a video of the whole night front to back.
Yep. Yeah. So if you're interested in being part of that studio audience, be sure to keep following the event and check out the ones we've already recorded. Mm-hmm. Because it is important to us to have it be both a really good event for the people who attend, but also that, these, hold up as good pieces of online content. We're always looking to make more in that regard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And one of the most valuable things for a comedian, especially at basically just starting to maybe regular at a club somewhere, one of the most valuable things for that type of performer in stand-up is some sort of video that showcases your work, because that's going to be the best way to send out your material to venues you want to play at. That's what comedy festivals ask for. When you're signing up to be in a comedy festival, they'll ask you for a few minutes set in video form. So it's just a really awesome way to be able to do something I've wanted to do forever, which is work making stand-up specials. And then also it does hold a lot of value for these up-and-coming stand-ups out of Minnesota.
Right. So we had a really great time producing the first show, and I think we're excited to do more like it. And on that note, if you yourself are a comic or you know of a comic you want to have play in the area, you can always send them our line at hello@triplefalls.org. Just have them get in touch, drop us some info, and we'll be booking out shows for the coming future. So let's get that going. Should we move on?
Yeah, Willis, we're going to talk about the new website and newsletter. If you have visited our website in the last 5 minutes, you will notice that it is under construction. Willis, tell us a little bit about that construction and the newsletter.
Well, we're just doing a little platform change from our initial build to our future space. But with this, we hope to launch a newsletter where we're going to publish it weekly, and we're going to try and give everyone good ideas to like the upcoming events, the upcoming like content from Triple Falls, our podcast things, like any concerts or just fun things that people would want to know in the area, like the what we would want to know about what's going on in the area. And so we're really excited about that. And you can check us out and subscribe to our newsletter for when that comes on our website. So that's triplefalls.org. You can just click the subscribe link and drop us your email, and we'll put you on the list.
Yeah, that would be a great way if you want to make sure that you make it to the next comedy showcase.
Yeah.
Because the last one sold out, so...
We'll probably use our news list too for these events that might sell out really quickly. That they'll get first dibs. So
yeah, I mean
that'll be how we'll do it.
A good bit of this has come from the fact that our calendar is pretty congested. We do have a lot going on. We're producing a good amount of content. Even 2 or 3 pieces of content a week sometimes, as well as shows that we either are working on or actually producing ourselves. So I mean, we know that either way that's going to be something that our audience is interested in. So knowing where those are and knowing what's coming is hopefully as beneficial to you as it is to us.
Yeah. Right now, all you'll be able to do on the site is to sign up for the newsletter. I would encourage you to do that. But very soon we'll have our merch shop, our blog, our list of podcasts like previous and exciting things like that. So stay tuned.
Yeah. So the next thing on the agenda today is just talking a little bit about podcast distribution and where we are available now and where I think it might be best for people to go. Honestly, most of you are probably on Facebook. Actually, this is probably where it's being watched right now, if not on YouTube. And I can only say that the best version of our content, at least for video quality for the podcast, if you're watching video versions of our podcast, is now on YouTube. You get the full HD upload there. Facebook does cap some of that off. Our content is much more easy to understand there than navigating a Facebook page. So I would encourage anyone who's watching this on Facebook to check out Triple Falls Productions on YouTube and show us a little bit of support there.
Subscribe, smash that bell so
Yeah.
you can be notified about all upcoming podcast releases.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those exact words. And
that's exactly how Jacob would have said it.
Yeah. And also we are now available on basically anywhere you get your podcasts. And if you're getting your podcast somewhere and it's not available, I want you to tell me. But it should be available on Deezer, Stitch, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Podbox. I had never even heard of that. It's on a bunch of places I didn't even know you could get podcasts. But let us know.
Spotify. Our video version's available on Spotify. So if you're a Spotify listener, that's also a pretty slick spot to catch it.
Yeah. So right now, one of the things I would kind of like is if you're having any kind of experience with the podcast, whether it be positive or negative, definitely reach out to us. We'd like to hear what the experience of listening to our podcast or discovering our podcast is. If you don't know us as a Mankato resident, reach out to us at hello@triplefalls.org and tell us what that experience is like, because, we want to make the podcast better for everyone. And I hope that a wider distribution and finding it in the best place is a little bit helpful.
One final note on that is if you run a business in the area or would like a little more brand awareness yourself, you can sponsor an episode of the podcast. And so just get in touch with us at hello@triplefalls.org about that as well.
Yeah. I think that kind of wraps the podcast bit up. I'm going to kick it back to Grum to just talk about one of our, it's now been going on for quite a while, the open mic that we've been hosting at the Wine Cafe. Grum, if you could just tell people about what the open mic is like and maybe get some of that online audience over there.
Yeah, so every other Tuesday at Wine Cafe, I've been hosting my own open mic. I believe we are 13 in, so next Tuesday will be the 14th one, if I'm unmistaken. The open mic originally started because Michelle Roche used to run one, and my partner, our friend Jared, who's secretly in the room right now, all of us performed there for the first time, and it was just like a really magical experience for me to do it. So as soon as I found out hers was leaving, I was like, okay, I would like to give this a shot. And right away, getting into it, I really had the vision of trying to create like a community space, really focusing on the idea of wanting collaboration and any act basically that you can think of that could use a stage and somewhere to practice. I wanted them to be able to perform, and most importantly, I wanted it to be acceptable of any skill range. If you've never played guitar before and you just want to try for 15 minutes, whatever, I don't care. I just want anyone from brand new to seasoned veteran performer to be able to have a space they know they can go to. There'll be an awesome atmosphere for them to try out something new, lay on some old classics, or maybe collaborate with. My favorite part of my open mic is I offer to play with anyone. It's one of the rules. Rule number 4 is Grum has to play with you fast. And I didn't expect as many people, I think, to take me up on that as they have. And it's even grown into like projects that only exist at my open mic. Like if you want to see the band Echo and the Locations, the only place you could do that is my open mic.
When we happen to all just show up there.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah.
Yeah, Echo and the Locations. Our last week's guest, Luke Smith, our great friend Echo, me and Willis playing like some 404 sequencer stuff. And that's really cool. I've had people ask me to play jazz standards with them. I've had people ask me to play drums with them. And another cool thing is I've totally met brand new performers or performers that have been performing in the area for a long time who I just never had the chance to make it out to a gig or meet or maybe not even know about. And made some new friends even from out of town, like T-Blood and Louise drive down here for the open mic just because they think it's a good hang. So yeah, I'm pretty proud with how it's turning out. And if you have anything, poetry, comedy, spoken word, some really cool bird calls, I don't care what it is, come on down. You get the stage for 15 minutes. First timers get first dibs.
Right on. And you best place to stay up to date on those events is probably Facebook page, and we post all the events and updates there. So stay tuned on the Facebook.
All right. And to wrap this up, we just have a little bit of an update on one of our projects with, longtime friends of the brand show and our persons, B-Bomb Field. Willis has coordinated a music video with them that we've been working on. Willis, just bring the audience up to what they can expect on the project.
Yeah, we're just right in the middle of the process right now. So to be quick, like B-Bomb Fields is in the process of finishing up an album that they're going to be launching this summer. I hope that's not spilling any beans. I think Laura talked about that. But one of the songs on there is I'm just not going to name it, but is one I'm really excited about, and I asked to make a music video, and they were super stoked about it, so we're doing it. We got a cool idea, and we shot a couple of scenes the other week, and we got a couple more to shoot, but it's looking good, feeling good, and we're super stoked to be working with B-Bomb Fields at this capacity and with their project, which is just an awesome one to be a part of. So really excited about that.
Yeah, I love that song so much. When Joe from Smokin' Joe's podcast during COVID, he made a cover song group where you're supposed to post a cover song once a week, and that was the song we did as the first song that I was like, that I'm gonna learn that song. Cool. Messaged Laura for the chords, asked Pete a couple questions, and then performed it. So yeah, I love that song.
Cool. Oh man, so cool. Just like a really draws you in. I felt like I was kind of seeing the story, and it's been just a pleasure to work with the band too. Like everyone's been really involved in the decision-making process and kind of coming to the vision for the story, stuff like that. So excited. That should be launched sort of in tandem with their album release this summer, so you can expect that in a little while.
We couldn't tell you exactly when, but if that was the kind of information you'd like to know, a great place to find that out might just be our newsletter. So if you want to just take this call to action and go to our website and sign up for our newsletter, that would just have us all tickled pink.
Indeed. Cool. Well, that's it from the TF crew, I think. We'll catch you later.